Meet the Davises. Hodari is the National Program Director for You Speaks, and executive producer of the Life is Living Festival. Candice is a life coach, executive producer of the Life is Loving Festival, and a rising performance artist in the Bay Area. What I like about the Davises is that they intentionally elevate Black culture, aesthetically, professionally, and personally.
I think when we first met, there was definitely like some really strong chemistry that was weird because like we didn't know each other at all, and it was just like easy. It was just like I think the first time we met, we talked for like a couple hours. I think.
Yeah, we definitely laughed every time we met and saw each other. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely at times awkward.
Yeah.
But very easy. Like we knew each other for a long time. But there was nothing romantic or, we weren't even in that mode. We were colleagues and we worked in the same space, but there was no vibe at all. So when did I first know that I wanted to marry you? I think it's just something that grew over time. I can't say that it was something that happened at any one moment. I think we had a relationship have a relationship that's progressed and has continued to get stronger just based on our interactions with each other and when we spend time with each other. So I don't even think the marriage was even a limit on that moment. It was, or even the moment of knowing to get married was a limit. It's always been growing. It's still growing today. It hasn't really stopped growing. It's more like a plant that just keeps.
Yeah. Because I think at the time, like I was in that, when we met, I was already in a relationship. He was in a relationship. So it wasn't even like that kind of context at all. And it was through like work. So it felt like it just wasn't like appropriate. The timing wasn't right. And so it was a couple of years later that we ended up even going out on a date or anything after we had both kind of went our separate ways for a while.
But when you knew that you wanted to get married,
when did I know I wanted to get married to you?
Was there a moment for you?
Was there a moment? I don't know if there was a specific moment. Like you said, I feel like it just kind of grew into like, I don't want anyone else. I don't want to be with anyone else. So, and it just felt really natural. But I don't think it was like, we were staring into each other's eyes one night on the beach, and then it was sparks, sparkles.
The fireworks in the background. No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Even like how he proposed was like totally just like our own kind of story. Like somebody let the cat out of the bag. I'm not gonna say who it was because it's one of the homies. But somebody congratulated me on getting engaged. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yay, you're engaged. I have to take you out for a drink. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So when he got home, I was like, are we engaged? And he was like, yeah, who told you? And that's how I found out that.
Yeah, I was preparing anyway. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I've been married before. I've had 3 children. I have 3 children. They're all grown up now for the most part. I have one teenager. We've been together through a lot of the time when those kids were growing up experience of having been in a relationship that worked and then didn't work. One that was incredibly enriching and nurturing and nourishing, and also eventually not something that I could still experience. You know what I mean? Something that didn't work out. So I definitely have that experience to rely on, and that kind of understanding of what kind of patience it takes to make a marriage work, and understanding your own limitations, and what's good for you and what's not good for you, what works for you and what doesn't work for you, what's good for you and what's not good for you. So I feel like I have walked this path before, even though I walked it as a much younger man. So I definitely carry that experience, and I try not to carry it as a weight of expectation or as something that colors my perspective in a way that makes me anticipate the negative. I try to just be proactive in the way that we relate to each other, so that I don't experience some of the pitfalls that I experienced the first time. So in that way, I guess it's wisdom of eldership. It was a time when, I don't consider myself an elder at all. I actually think it's a tragedy of our community that I am considered an elder in anything. I think that that's testimony to oppressive systems that make it impossible for people, African American men in particular, black men especially, and I distinguish one to the other, to actually survive America and live a long time, to where they're respected at 70 and 80 as real elders. So I also have the experience of knowing my father. My father is still alive. He's 74 years old, and he's still married to my mother, and they've been married for 50 years. Right? And they live right around the corner from here. And so I have that wisdom also of having seen and experienced a marriage that actually did work for one way or another, whatever working a marriage even means, because there's that whole part about what does it mean to for a marriage to work. That's even it's a machine that could break, and that's just a weird concept. It's marriage is work. It's not, what I mean? Marriage requires work. It requires that kind of work. My parents went through a lot to be together for 50 years and to still be rolling. So it's going to take a lot for us to be together for 50 years. And if we're together for 50 years, first of all,
we're going to be hella old.
But we're balling, though. I'm hitting threes if I reach 95,
right.
Hitting threes, right?
It always comes back to basketball.
I'm just saying, or anything like that. If I'm still balling with you 50 years from now at 95, I'm cognizant and conscious that I'm even with you. First of all, I'm balling right there.
Right.
If I'm just even know that I'm with you. So I hope that I know that I'm with you in 50 years. And that's definitely the wisdom that I feel like that experience brings. And I'm proud you out of that answer.
No, I think similarly, I was someone who was always I will get married when I feel like I've met the right person, and not that I'm gonna make somebody the right person. Mm-hmm. So I always was in my mind, I was I can be 40 when it happens, or I could be 25 or whatever, and that but it has to be the right person. My family, my parents have both been married twice and divorced twice. So I was coming to marriage kind of with that background of that, it's hard, and that my parents weren't able to work it out, and my stepfather and my mom weren't able to work it out, and my stepmother and my dad weren't able to work it out. And so for me it was just something that I definitely wanted for myself, but that I felt like the person had to be right, and that I needed to also be right. Like, I felt like there were so many things that I wanted to learn about myself. There were experiences that I wanted to have before I kind of started to share my life with another person, which is what you're doing. Like, you're sharing everything, you're considering that person and everything. And I wasn't ready to do that in my 20s. And I wanted to be ready. And so I think that's kind of the wisdom that I bring to it. Like, I feel like I got a chance to live, you know, as a young person. I got a chance to go out and party and do my thing, and I got a chance to go to school and get a master's degree and just pursue things, to travel, to have fun, go out with the homies. I had a chance to become like this whole person. And then I met Hodari, and it was like, you know, we came together and kind of like added a certain level of joy and motivation to each other's lives, but not that he was filling in some void that I had, because I didn't want that. I didn't want who I was to be filled in by another person. I feel like that's dangerous. And so I always wanted to be very sure about who I ended up with. And I think I made a good choice.
Me too.